Bled eConference is an international academic event with the longest tradition in the field of research of e-business solutions. The conference is organized by the Faculty of Organizational Sciences KRAN of the Maribor University. This year, conference celebrated its 25th birthday and successfully hosted more than 150 recognized domestic and foreign experts, participants, organizations, e-business solutions representatives and the public administration from 28 countries over the world.
We have two main parts of the conference program. One part is related to business part and another one is related to research part. So we have 15 panels and meetings and workshops organized where people from business, education and representatives of other institutions, as for example government, will actually discuss about the issues related to different emerging topics. The other part of the program is related to the research. There are 40 papers presented in the program. Papers were selected on the basis of double-blind review. So we have 15 sessions where these papers will be presented. And for this special 25th anniversary of the conference, we also have a special issue of the proceedings where 9 papers are presented, somehow elaborating the 25 years of the development on different aspects of e-business and e-commerce.
This year's Bled eConference hosted a dialogue between the academic world and business practice. It offered numerous practical solutions, which is from the very beginning its primary mission under this year's working title E-Dependability. Reliable and trustworthy e-structures, e-processes, e-operations and e-services for the future.
What is very typical for the Bled conference that we have practitioners as well as academics here. So the interchange between academics and practitioners, also people from government coming, really helps us to bring and to transfer results from academic research into the businesses, into government, for example, to talk about what is good practice, what are the pros and cons of different findings in research and what could be done better in practice.
A lot of conferences, academic conferences, stray off into theory and they're not very useful for business. What we do at this conference is a little bit different. We ask people to come up with challenging topics that will be of use to business, to government, to people. So the topics are a little bit different and the way in which they're approached is different. We're not interested just in carefully rigorous academic analysis of data. We want to know why. Why does this make a difference to the world? If it doesn't make a difference to the world, could you please submit your excellent paper to a different conference? So we're looking for ways forward, ways for progress to be made, messages that will mean something to business, to managers, to government.
This year's speeches were held by the President of the National Assembly, Gregor Virant, Dean of the Faculty of the Organizational Sciences KRAN, Marko Ferjan, and Bror Salmelin, Policy Advisor to the Director General of Innovation Systems of the European Commission.
It's really important to see that we are aiming at creating value for the European citizens, for the European businesses to make Europe better as an environment to really attract the problematics of the most advanced users. So we really need to look at that as our specific asset for our business model development, for our societal development at the same time.
So Living Lab, one of the research constructs of the European Union, this was closely related to the Bled conference in the past, also into organizational systems, everything that has to do with e-business and e-commerce, with the exchange of data between organizations. This year's topic is e-dependability. We need to learn how to create systems so that society, organizations can depend on them. Because think of viruses, malware, and how this could threaten the life and all the services that we use on a daily basis. And this is why we have chosen e-dependability to be this year's topic.
According to the organizers, numerous themes which are launched by the academic event come into practice within 5 years' time. This year's research tracks were in the field of e-health, cloud computing, the use of social networks, Web 2.0, e-region development, smart cities and living labs, the use of methodology and the encouragement of innovation, and the question on data control.
Well, the question of monitoring lends itself to the whole notion of open and open innovation and open systems. And one of the greatest reasons for not opening data is the idea, well, it might be factually incorrect, it might not be perfect. But the reality is, no data is ever perfect, no data set is ever perfect. And what you find when you open data is that the open innovation ecosystem corrects the data. So, when you simply let things go and you get out of the old monitoring and controlling framework, much like Wikipedia, the community itself generates a monitoring mechanism and ensures quality. And in fact, data sets that have been open are known to be more factually consistent because of that continuous feedback from users.
I do have a personal fear that we do not want data to be centralized. We do not want intelligence to be centralized. We live in a democratic world. It is important to have distributed and potentially federated intelligence. So in terms of who is going to control this, maybe the answer is nobody. Just like the internet, nobody controls the internet, nobody hopefully can control it, and nobody can switch it off, and hopefully nobody should switch it off. So in a way, we are talking about a collaborative, participatory world in which objects and people need to coexist, and somehow we need to find out the framework in which we can do things together and live together in a harmonious way.
Traditionally, Bled eConference grants academic paper awards. According to the conference program committee, which consists of eminent representatives from more than 20 countries, the awarded papers give a response to the challenges of our time.
This paper was written with my colleagues in Australia, one who's working in industry now, Janine Holgate and Catherine Hardy. We were working on this paper for several years with looking at how critical infrastructure industries are handling issues of information security governance. So it's an interesting project for us to work on, and I think our findings in this paper show that the variations in the way that information systems security governance, IS governance, exist are important to look at. It's important to look at the variations in the governance arrangements. So this is the paper that we wrote, and we're going to present that here.
The paper is actually about the collaboration between industry and universities, and the Bled conference has been for the last 25 years a very important forum for meeting business and meeting industry and the knowledge transfer between the fields. And this paper investigates how university and business work together, how they collaborate, how they do joint research. Yeah, and this is what I'm going to present here.
The encouragement of active participation on Student Bazaar of the prototype solution is an important component of the academic event. Variety of prototype solutions and innovative e-models are presented by the students to the international business representatives.
So it provides a fresh view on new ideas, innovative ideas. It brings actually things alive. Prototypes are being demonstrated and pitched, so to say. We have 6 papers today, or tomorrow actually, when the bazaar is being held. And they all have practical potential.
Every year, special attention goes to doctoral dissertation students in the framework of Doctoral Consortium. This year, 9 participants presented their work to the International Academic Assembly.
First of all, the doctoral students are really our future, and they're the people who are doing the research now that we hope to see in the presentations in the future at the Bled conference and put into active use in organizations. And so we have 9 students who will be presenting at the doctoral consortium. We'll have a group of faculty there to give them active feedback to help them in conjunction with their research efforts and activities. And a lot of good discussion as well around areas such as research supervision dilemmas and some of the higher level issues that all doctoral students and faculty are faced with as we consider this very important aspect. And so the doctoral consortium enables us to bring all of that together, and we look forward to having it as part of the Bled conference this year, as again we have in the past.